Yeah, I mean, unfortunate for Black Sentence. I mean, these were some great drafts coming out from 9Z Globant. And we're kind of at game 3 right now, at a point where I want to say the meta still kind of sticks in there. There's not really too many crazy picks that usually come out. Like I just feel like 9Z Globant right now is able to find the drafts that they need, doing a good job of sticking with a plan and understanding what their win conditions are and executing that as well. We are on to game 3 though. Entire row of heroes kind of taken off the board. Of course, it's going to be a Freya ban on the side of Black Sentence. That's one of those, I don't think we've seen a single game here in the south of Freya. Just too strong. And I think we've actually had a few interviews where they've talked about, oh yeah, that's the one hero that really needs to have a nerf.
Yeah,
maybe in the north.
The north,
Sorry,
they said that
okay.
no, it's okay. They said that they had it in the north. They said they had a Freya show up a few times over there, but we have yet to see Freya. I would love to see her played here for sure.
Yeah. So let's see now the draft here from this third game. As we were talking about like 9Z Globant's situation, and we have to talk about Black Sentence situation. As we always used to say here, that is a new roster. The only remaining is Papa Dog. Even the coach is not at Tsubasa anymore. You know, so maybe for a Black Sentence, maybe to I don't know, but maybe prioritize the experience from Papa Dog. You know, like not letting Papa Dog kind of alone in the XP lane. You know, like okay, Papa Dog, you stand in the XP lane and we figured out what to do in the rest of the composition. Maybe if the team rotate more for Papa Dog's performance and experience, maybe Black Sentence could find a way to guarantee a stronger composition and naturally the win, you know, because all the teams are new, they need more time. But I think that Papa Dog here, even I believe that if Papa Dog gets this a focus, I believe that Erwin will be more like will feel not less responsible, you know, but he will feel free, you know, to play like lighter, to play like more confident, you know, as we didn't see in the last game, because we saw him playing with Chip, you know, but what play did he do? I think that I saw once. Oh, there was once that they could kill 2 players in the bottom lane. I remember that, but okay. Besides that, what else? So Erwin, I think that if Black Sentence can rotate with Papa Dog experience, I think that Erwin and even Joe Crew, the gold laner, could get more confidence.
Yeah, as we go into the first, or at least waiting for the first pick here from the side of 9Z Globant. They do take Marcel off the map as well. It does look like Black Sentence are going to go ahead and take down the Fanny and the Zushin. That's going to leave Eve open, and I'm wondering from the side of Black Sentence, do we look for possibility of picking or banning out that Hylos? I've talked about that when it comes to like those disgusting pairs that can be put together, that's almost cheesy. Hylos is one of those because you can provide that glorious pathway with inside the Eve ults that absolutely slows them down to a crawl.
Yeah, the double slow would be. Oh, well, they didn't pick up that Hylos though, so they're giving them that if they were to choose that for sure. They took out the Fanny here. They have Marcel taken out, like you said. The hero pool is getting lower, so I wonder if 9Z can keep this up, right? Like, can they keep it up? This is a best of 5, so maybe Black Sentence can start to see some momentum here. Maybe, you know, I'm trying to give him a little
maybe.
I feel so.
Yeah, maybe. But even though Azina, even though like we are dealing with the global ban and we are about to see more unusual heroes, you know, but we still have some options for 9Z Global. For example, they still can guarantee Claude for Gusta La Gusta, for example, in a gold lane, you know. So I believe that that is one of the reasons that they picked Leomord here in the jungler and a Sora for XP lane with the both sides stronger here. Not 90 Globant, it doesn't have to work with the weak side, because if you choose a Sora from XP lane and if you choose a gold lane, a very strong one, could be Claude with a very strong late game here, so Leomar has more freedom to make plays, you know, to play more free in the map.
I am not the only
I was gonna
one
say
bound
this
by
is one of the bans that kind of
chains.
happened last game where they it seems like Black Sentence, they banned out the Sora because they no longer had the Valentina that would be able to counter it. Here they're gonna have to try to deal with it with the Phoveus. I almost kind of would rather have a Black Dragon or something out there. Phoveus does all right as well. It's just certain when it comes to trying to match what the Sora can bring to your team as well. This can be a little rough. I like the composition coming out from the side of 9Z Globant. We're on the second set of the banning phase. You have the real world manipulation that can kind of come down, and the punishment that can come out from Leomord, the punishment that can come out from Sora to be able to close the distance on those heroes that are stuck inside that
Sun
ultimate
rises when I
or
give the
trying
word.
to get away. It's going to be huge, and it's something that I want to say Black Sense needs to have on their mind. Do we have the tools that we need for a disengagement? Phoveus is one of those heroes that just once he's in on a fight. It's 110%, and unless he dies, he's not going to be coming out of that. Suyu and Grok, I do like their abilities to be able to kind of escape something like that, to create distance. So we'll see how well it goes as these fights progress.
Yes, for sure. Sora's CC is going to help Yi for get down her real world manipulation, like you said. Having those two front lines will be very helpful for her in positioning.
I am vengeance
Your team is
incarnate.
I don't know.
I believe that. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I believe that with 9Z Globant here, I'm picking Leomord and Sora, for example. Leomord, okay, it's not, he doesn't have this like his hard engage of the dreams, you know, but it allows the 9Z Globant to choose a roamer here that can play more aggressive, you know. So I think that one of the reasons the Black Sentinel is already banned, Khalid, for example, I believe that they can ban Hilda. That could be another roamer here that could cause so much pressure in the jungler. But Bruno was the last ban here for Black Sentinels, focusing on Gusta La Gusta. Okay, that's a good ban, you know, but I believe that I thought that it would continue focusing on the roamer, you know, that can cause so much pressure, such as Hilda, such as Khalid, that they already banned because of the Leomord. So now we are ready for the last ban here for 9Z Globant, assuming there is still gold laner lacking and the mid lane.
It does look like they're going to go ahead and probably focus on possibly the marksman lane. They still have some good picks out there when it comes to marksman. The only thing is like you're kind of looking to try to veer away from a lot of dashes, so that crosses off Harith, that crosses off the Granger. Yeah, carries another one that kind of crosses off. Phoveus just has a field day with heroes that have a lot of dashes. Now, rounding the corner, we're trying to see what's the first pick for so they pick up the Harith because they have the Phoveus. And there it is.
Ranger, those are the last two. I wonder what if there's a next match. What marksman's doing, Johnson? But anyways, there they go. You got your Hylos and the Eve on the same team, and the Sora. That's a monster of a team. I'm so. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Now analyzing here 9Z Globant's composition with the Hylos, with the golden, the glorious path, like assisting and helping Eevee and even Leomord, for example, or Sora to get faster in a team fight, or heading possibly in the back line here could be very interesting, especially with the ultimate in a tanky form. Could be a very interesting way of engage or disengage for a 9Z Globant with Hylos. Granger. Okay, I have seen Augusto playing so many times with Ranger, you know. So let's see how he can perform with a hero which has to needs a skill shot improve. And now Selena is the last pick for Black Sentence.
All right, but with the rosters and the characters locked in for this possible game point for 9Z Globant, Black Sentence fighting for their survival in this series, looking to bring this at the very least to a game 4. A very mobile draft coming out of Black Sentence, very much leaning on their ability to dodge, their ability to maybe get that poke, get in, get some damage, and be able to get out. But will it be enough to take down this very strong, very CC heavy composition of 9Z Globant?
Hey yo, Dress Ray, hey yo, GM Kilua, hey yo, everyone in the chat. Remember, send the like, share the live, call your friends to keep tracking and stay tuned. That could be the probably the last game of the night. 9Z Globant versus Black Sentence, the best of 5, 2-0 for 9Z Globant so far. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna take a breath? Who's gonna survive in the competition, my friend Private? And who's gonna be the 8th number seed in the AMER South?
Yeah, and another big shout out to, I want to say, our PH and Indo fans who are probably just waking up to be able to support us. We do appreciate all the love and the thanks. So a big shout out to you guys for that support. Like I said, this is a brand and monumental new thing that's happening in North and South America, where we join in the AMER tournaments to combine all of these regions into one competitive scene. Just waiting now to see when these, speaking of competitive scene, trying to get these 2 teams ready for their matchup. This could be the game point, like I said, for 9Z Globant, who have been very dominant with their drafts, with their picks, and with their gameplay as well.
Yeah, analyzing this draft here now with Selena in the mid lane. Okay, the Absol arrow here could be very interesting, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, even in the early game, it could be very effective with against Ivy or Granger, for example. You know, when they still don't have the first items. But I don't know. Maybe in the middle late game, that could be a not very interesting for Selena. And we are back.
And
Surprise!
Hello, everyone. I do want to talk about Selena pick here. Do you think that she can do much? Like, I know her thing is she stuns people from far away. She's pretty good at escaping as well. But they're so CC heavy and they're very tanky. I wonder if this can help Black Sentence in any way.
I want to say that for this composition to be successful, there is going to need to be a level of communication and synergy coming from Black Sentence that we have yet to see. Hopefully this game is is how they have grown and they can show that off.
Yeah. So welcome everybody once again to the Land of Dawn of 9Z Globant versus a Black Sentence. 2-0 for 9Z Globant so far. That could be the last game, but we hope not. So let's go, my friend Private.
Yeah, and I want to see how much aggression we're going to be able to kind of output here too as well. We do also, Selena is, I'm dumb too. Yeah, we have Selena. So Selena's going to be in the mid lane. We're going to still have Brock. We're going to come in there already. Nice, a lot of damage coming in there onto Alberto Crazy. He's going to activate that healing as well. Sky comes in for a little bit more added damage as well for the team. No loss of life yet there. So a little bit aggressive in the early start of this match.
Yeah, and also Bro Crazy is trying to respond or something, like to guarantee some info for 9Z Globant so far, but now the focus can be the pressure in the mid lane so far to reach the level 4 as faster as they can to fight the first turtle, especially the jungler. Luizinho is already on level 4, but now, oops, here comes the very action here in the top side.
Yeah, Chino might be in a little bit of trouble here. We have two members who have the Phantom Steed out. Papa Dog uses the flicker to get away, and both teams no worse for wear. We do have a wall out there as well. Irwin is level 2, so he's not going to have that tech charge to be able to kind of charge into 9Z Globant. Fesh in a little bit of trouble. Does sidestep an Abyssal Arrow coming from Sky.
Yeah, but now the turtle here is immediately started by Black Sentence. Will we have a fight back from 9Z Globant?
Yeah, Chino gets a little bit of a knockback there. Aurora able to scoop up that first turtle. Chino on the backside looking for some damage, gets caught by an Abyssal Arrow. That's going to stop him from putting on the offense he needs to on Aurora. So far, no worse for wear. Black Sentence get themselves a turtle, and 9Z not able to kind of contest that. But here, Joel Crew able to find an escape from Luisino. Wall goes into that bush to show him out.
I thought that Gusta Lagusta would make would use the ultimate to guarantee the kill for against the Joe crew, but I think that the minions they were in a way ahead. They didn't allow to use that, but even though 9Z Globant and Black Sentence, they were a play even up. The first total for a Black Sentence, that is a very interesting situation for them, but they have to do more than that, you know, because we see here that 9Z Globant has Sora, they have Ivy, they have Granger, you know. Okay, Harriet has a strong late game also, but 9Z Globant's composition can be a very hard in the late game.
Yeah, Chino's going to go ahead putting on some damage on here on the Papa Dog. The punch is raining down. Aurora on the side. Looking for, we do have Fashion coming in with that real world manipulation, but Papa Dog able to find himself his escape. No, I mean, I want to say a very low killing game at this point. Usually we've had a decent amount of offense coming out from the side of 9Z Globant. So this is just looking good for Black Sentence right now. And especially now that we have all of this pressure onto the bottom tower as well. 4 members down here surrounding around
Crazy.
Alburo Crazy. Does miss an Abyssal Arrow though.
Yeah, he could be in trouble versus 4 players, but now he senses the danger. He heads back, but now Gusta. Oh!
Yeah, Joel Cool did lay down that Zaman Force, dashing into danger. Gusta Lagusta very smartly finding that the safety of his tower, backed up very well.
I felt kind of a loss about the turtle cam getting in the middle of the fight. But now that's okay because the second turtle here is in the upside of the river. Both teams now are in a chaotic situation.
Yeah, I think I just saw Death Sonata coming out from Gusta Lagusta to try to press Joel Crew away from this fight. 9Z Globant in a good position. Oh, a nice tech charge lands on 3 members. Luisino is able to go ahead and find the Lord. Papa Dog finds a kill as well. That's going to be Fashion down. Luisino able to find the Lord, but now his team is suffering on the back end, looking for the dashes. Papa Dog in problems. Luisino able to find the kill onto Sky from the back end. Papa Dog raining down damage with that demonic force. Alburo Crazy doing what he needs to be that front line for his team. 1-1 apiece, and that turtle goes over to 9Z Globant.
Unbelievable what I saw Chino doing here in the last team fight. He was able to buy so much time for 9Z Globant, not only assisting his jungler to steal the turtle, but also to not get killed because he was with a very low HP, and buying more time for 9Z Globant. 1 turtle for each team. The last one is gonna appear on the bottom side of the river just a few seconds after. So let's see what is going to happen.
Ooh, I was about to say, we saw a little bit of a stun land on the Chino. Now, a tech charge saves Irwin's life. Still at 1-1 apiece, but very close there. A much better start for Black Sentence. This one seems a lot more even. They've got the aggression, they're getting objectives, and they have a lot of macro still mounting up onto these side lanes. Ooh, nice little Abyssal Arrow. Alburo Crazy does go wide of it. You see that mine just gets picked up by Alburo. Joel Cruel has to create some distance between him and Gusta Lagusta.
Now, I'm talking about something that is like almost has nothing to do with the game. What a beautiful Granger skin. It's the top side.
Yeah, the wings coming out there. Oh, gets caught underneath tower, gets caught with an abyssal arrow from Sky. The rest of the team, Aurora and Irwin, right there to be able to scoop up that victory. Well, Crazy lays down the glorious pathway. Out comes the real world manipulation. The rest of the team trying to find themselves a disengagement. Real Crazy, very low. Zaman Force laid down on the ground. Lucino in trouble, does get taken out by Papa Dog. Great amount of damage coming out from Joel Crew on this Harith.
Yeah, so we were talking about Papa Dog situation. Now Povios has 2 kills. A Black Sentence with a very... Oh, on the top side here, 2v1.
Yeah, Gusta Lagusta in trouble, gets taken down by the auto attack from Joel Crew after laying down that Zaman Force. I mean, I was talking about it. It's gonna take a lot of teamwork, but I've been seeing that here thus far from Black Sentence. Abyssal Arrow comes in, the rest of Black Sentence is right there to be able to capitalize. Now Joel Crew underneath the tower, flicker from Chino. Sky's right there looking to see if he can get the pick off there. Chino goes down. He had nowhere to run except for underneath the tower. 2-6 right now in the favor of Black Sentence.
We saw Chino heading back in the turret trying to take Irving down, but he wasn't enough. But here, there's a funny situation because we're seeing 9Z's Globant, the execution, it's very interesting. It's working, but it's still missing a damage. It's still lacking with the damage to take the enemies down. And Black Sentence is responding that so well. They're getting the kills, they're getting the objectives, the turtles, the turret so far. It's a completely different third game for Black Sentence.
Yeah, and for me right now, a big difference too is we're laying down these glorious pathways, and we're not actually. Oh, we do have a Phantom Steed going out too as well. Erwin in a little bit of trouble, uses that tech charge, gets caught by Gusta Lagusta, and a beautiful Death Sonata to be able to find that kill. 3-6 right now, still in favor of Black Sentence, and only a 1K gold lead so far.
Yeah, we still have a game here, my friend. They're not dead yet. 2-0 for 9Z Globant. You're back in the game.
Yeah, I want to say these off picks are actually kind of crazy right now, especially because Sky has been mildly successful on this Selena, but we're going to go ahead, take a look at some of these items. Oh, or not.
Oh, that's okay. I'm going to see in a delay here on the replay. Now, don't worry about that.
Yeah, but as we go ahead, starting up on this Lord, you can see 9Z Globant trying to get themselves in a good position. Black Sentence has all 5 members here looking for an angle to get. Ooh, we did see the Abyssal Arrow just narrowly go out of bounds there. Papa Dog comes in. Zaman Force laid down. In comes the Phantom Steed. Tech Charge lands onto 2 members. Lucino finds himself a kill. Aurora answers back immediately. Down goes Joel Crew. 2 down for the side of Black Sentence. Alburo Crazy down for the side of 9Z Globant. And that is a good fight for 9Z Globant. Able to find 2 down and take down the biggest source of frustration for them when it comes to Joel Crew on this Harith.
You don't want to give 9Z Globants a chance. Oh, now you're seeing once again the glowing wand, and now the bouquet, the interest for Selena so far with the magic bolt also. So the 2 items in the boat here for Selena, it's quite interesting for that. But now, once again, a Black Sentence is making some mistake that can be very crucial.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy to me that Sky is out farming Fashion on this Eve so far. Already has 2 items, and Eve just had that 1 item to be here picked up just yet. So it doesn't really have the amount of damage that you would be expecting. They've been doing a great job of shutting her down, making sure that they aren't able to farm up. Now, a lot of pressure up onto this first Lord, down to 50%. You can see Irwin waiting for a tech charge possibly to come out. The glorious pathway has been laid out. Irwin in a little bit of trouble. Sky looking for an angle to maybe shoot off an Abyssal Arrow and find a kill. Lord has been reset. Alburo Crazy doing a good job of making sure to clear out those mines, and Irwin goes in, misses uses a tech charge. The rest of the team goes in. Chino with the damage. Another Phantom Steed and a real-world manipulation. Sky finds a kill onto Fashion immediately. On the back end, Papa Dog finds Gusta La Gusta. 2 down for 9Z Globant. That's going to be 3 down. 6-10 for Black Sentence.
I believe that Papa Dog was something to say about trust in the father, trust here in the veteran of this roster, because even now, so far, 4 kills for Papa Dog, guaranteed advantage for a Black Sentence. The Lord comes away. Everything was good for Black Sentence, but I'll have to say something. Erwin, you have to thank Papa Dog, because almost you gave up this game.
It's pretty interesting to me too that Sky was the one to immediately get the kill onto Fashion while they were in real world manipulation, which tells me that Sky's doing a great job of waiting for that real world manipulation to come down and then immediately sending out an abyssal arrow to catch them and then go in for the combo to take them down. Now 9Z Globant on the back foot for the first time this entire series, have to deal with the pressure at mid and the Lord coming up at the top lane. Alberto Crazy on the side here, trying to hold off Erwin and Papa Dog. The rest of 9Z Globant fighting off the Lord up at the top lane. This is going to give an opportunity for the tier 2 or the tier 1 tower up at the mid to be taken down. Joel Crew right there. Alberto Crazy on the top side trying to protect his team. And that's going to be, I want to say 1 tower down for the side of 9Z Globant, but they only have 4 towers left.
Yeah, the goal lead now comes very interesting for a Black Sentence. We're seeing items once again. Only 2 items so far for Ivy, and while the Genius Wand guaranteed by Selena, Magic Crystal, Heaven's Feather, and the Starlium side for Harriet. While the Hunter Strike, Sky Pierce, and another one that I forgot there. Not that I forgot, I didn't see it to be honest, but even though we see here a very interesting advantage for a Black Sentence, the goal lead heading almost 5k for a Black Sentence. Not only that, Papa Dog with 4 kills, Aurora playing very well with Suyo, and Sky here, even so far with a very high performance than facing with Ivy.
Yeah, this is just so interesting how well that Black Sentence is doing. They all seem to be on the same page, whether it comes into being able to reply to a lot of these ganks coming from 9Z Globant. The one thing too that I feel like I haven't seen from 9Z Globant is utilizing the combination that I was talking about, where you have the real world manipulation and the glorious pathway. So many times from engagements I see, I believe it was the Hylos getting caught, uses the glorious pathway to get himself out of harm's way. Fight continues, and then you have the real world manipulation coming out, but never together. And I feel like that's a big problem for the side of 9Z Globant.
It does seem like they're having a hard time finding the exact moment to use it at exactly the same time, but it could be because Black Sentence is giving them that enormous amount of pressure, right? So they have to find and use it whenever they can at this moment.
Yeah, it is depression caused by Erwin here with the Grok. It is depression caused by Papa Dog with full views so far with 4 kills, and with this ability to get in the back line, stacking, you know, against Ivy, against Granger with Gusta Lagusta also. So there are some strong keys for Black Sentence. Not only to guarantee this advantage, but in sequence guarantee this probably victory, this first victory here in this best of 5. One thing that I can feel, and I have the impression, maybe Gusta Lagusta is not so comfortable with Granger, you know, because even though we are seeing a very strong hero with a very high DPS, you know, he isn't with a high damage, high continuous damage, you know, like with you have to get the skill shot, we have to use the Death Sonata at the right time, you know. So there's so many situations that is able to let Gusta shine.
Great, but those 7 assists are really kind of talking about the amount of damage that he's putting down. Ooh, Chino takes a lot. Speaking of damage there, against that wall as well. 6-10 right now. Black a sentence in the lead with about a 3K gold lead.
Yeah, we're heading out the gold lead once again, almost a 4, and 4 just a little bit for Black Sentence. Now the real situation is Papa Dog is really strong, you know, like a 9Z Globant. They don't feel comfortable. Oops, here they come.
Oh, yeah, Chino goes in there. That actually might have cost him. We do have the real world manipulation followed by the Phantom Steed and a glorious pathway out there as well. But the rest of Black Sentence immediately disengaged from the fight. Now they're in a really bad position where Irwin is doing a great job of zoning out the team while Black Sentence finish off the Lord.
Yeah, that's it. No lore for 9Z Globant. The Black Sentence doesn't allow to do that. The only thing that it is left for 9Z here is trying to farm the mini wave that comes from the side, that comes from the mid lane here, and just wait for the Lord, which is heading. Just a few moments to see which way is he heading, if it will be in the top side or in the bottom side, which doesn't have the turret number 2 anymore. Once again, the items Infinite Glaive for Harriet. He is really strong. There comes a lot of damage coming from this mage and a gold lane here. Cloud is even stronger, but not with a high performance as Harriet in this game so far. But here they come once again, my friend Private, with the Lord in the bottom lane.
Yeah, 9Z Globant have had some difficulty here. Dude, Black Sentence have been in this position before, and I feel like they just need to continually understand what is their win condition, keep fighting for that, because this isn't so different than what they had in the first game last week, where they had the Zushin on their team, and eventually at the end, big tech charge lands on the backside too. We do have the real world manipulation on underneath the tower. Black Sentence is fighting. Irwin is down. Papa Dog is down as well. They are able to eventually take down the tower, but 3 kills on the side of Black Sentence. Caster Curse be darned. I should not have said anything about that. And here, turning it around, Black Sentence on their back foot.
Okay, here's a funny situation. There is no Lord. They guarantee super minions in the bottom lane and the top side for a Black Sentence. Okay, they lost 3 players, but it's not the end of the world. But one thing for sure, they are not allowed to let 9Z Globant get back in this game, because they feel confident, they feel powerful for doing that. Once again, the items here are full build for Harriet and also for Granger with the halberd and the blade of despair. Eve here has 4 items, 3 items so far versus 4 with against Selena. So both teams are still working to be a full build on this game.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I still feel like this is definitely in Black Sentence's in their favor, because that last fight, the reason that fight went out of their hands is because for some reason they dove underneath the tower of 9Z Globant to try to get those kills, and 9Z immediately laid down the glorious pathway, immediately had the Phantom Steed and the real world manipulation, so they had the bunch of healing underneath there, and Black Sentence severely overestimated how fast they could take them down, and they ended up taking a lot of turret shots that ended up crippling their team. Now, a big engagement coming out. Phantom Steed onto the backside. Pop-up lands onto a Burrow Crazy. Papa Dog looking for the demonic force. A great abyssal arrow does a land to take down Chino. Irwin with the flicker onto the backside. Zaman Force laid down. You can see Joel Crew laying down the damage as El Burrow Crazy is the next one to fall.
That was a close call once again, 2 for 1, but it's still a good advantage for a Black Sentence. Luizinho, what are you doing there? Joel Crew comes for the chase. Oh, almost.
Yeah, I want to say maybe overestimating the distance he had with that Phantom Steed to be able to kind of get him. He almost got hit with the Abyssal Arrow coming from Sky as well. This is going to be another Lord for the side of Black Sentence.
Yeah, another Lord here for Black Sentence. Things are coming up to an end. 10 kills for 12 for a Black Sentence so far. At this point of the game, we see once again the items. Everyone, no, Fashin is not full build yet. But even though Sky, now he comes Immortality for Aurora, so as more time for a Black Sentence in a possible team fight. But now the Lord is heading on the top side once again. That could be the end for a Black Sentence, but they have to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Black Sentence still starting to feel it. They've got the synergy. They got the wind on their back, a Lord up at top, and only a singular high ground tower separating them from their first win of the series. A big wall pulls back all Burrow crazy. Now starting to set their attention onto this mid tower. From the bottom, a flank by Aurora. Lord now trying to swing away on the tower. 9Z Globant trying to set off. We do have the ultimates coming out. The real world manipulation, a tech charge comes out from Black Sentence, but Black Sentence secure themselves their first victory of the series.
Or Black Sentence is not over yet. What a good composition. What a great match. Xena is 2-1.
Black Sentence said, nope, we are not going out this way. Early game, they started off very shaky, well, slow there, right? No kills. They're really good at being defensive and farming up. Then after that, Black Sentence was not going out without a fight, so they went in there, got in their kills, showed their force, and that was it. They got all the Lords, make sure they took full map control, and there you go. They were able to take it all.
We're at a point right now where we're starting to distance ourselves from the meta, where we've kind of had the same 3 rounds of picks, and we're starting to get out to that point where we might start reaching out for some of those different outside to start testing people's hero pools in there. Sky, I could be the first to admit Sky did 1,000% better than I thought they were going to do, and was 1,000% more useful on the Selena. Even being able to out farm Fashion on this Eve as well, to the point that I want to say Sky was pretty much a part. You see there 75% of team fight participation. Every single time there was an engagement, you had an Astral Arrow coming out there, stunning that front line. It was pretty much the bane of Chino's existence as well. A great game put together here, and I feel like kind of an unorthodox kind of almost like a catch style composition. Like there really wasn't a great front line. You had the tech charges coming from Irwin, but you also had like to watch out for the Abyssal Arrows, and Joel Crew, I want to say a big one here too, who provided just an immense amount of damage and support for his team.
Checking out the stats here from this third game, guaranteeing the victory for a Black Sentence. There's so many things to talk about, especially with this kind of composition. One topic here is Gusta. When I talked before, I think like one point is Gusta not being comfortable playing with Granger, and Joe Crew here playing with Harriet. To be honest, I thought that Gusta would choose Harriet in this game, but maybe because of the composition, because not to let too much magic damage, he was not allowed to choose Harriet. For example, and he was able to choose a Granger, which was not a good idea for that composition. Also for Sky, guarantees so much pressure with Selena. When facing with Ivy, he was not allowed to do much more because of the hero being so static. You know, there's a lot of damage coming from Ivy, but okay, that's it, because she doesn't have a mobility, she doesn't have an escape, you know. So they have to be very careful about working that composition, playing through Ivy or Granger, for example, which it also needs a skill shot. You know, it's not automatic. It's not like on the base auto attack, for example. So for Black Sentence was a really cool, was really interesting, and gives them a confidence and a hope to reverse that sweep so far.
Yeah, and here we can see a lot of these fights. I mean, I was talking about it before during cast, is that you had kind of a little bit of a separation when it came to the real world manipulation, except for right here. This was the great real world manipulation, glorious pathway, held
Early game to the final fight, this player made their presence known. Joel Crew on the Harris, doing 337 KDA, 87.5k total damage, and 706 gold per minute. He was doing it all.
Yeah, Joel called his crew and guaranteed the win for a Black Sentence so far with this Harriet. We also know the Harriet's potential for late game, the magical damage, you know, the ability using dashes to evade attacks, to evade skill shots that coming up from all the teams, from the enemy, for example. That was the case from Gusto. The Gusto, for example, using the Rhapsody or even the Death Sonata. So he was able to do much more with Harriet in this third game. Guarantee won the first victory, actually, for Black Sentence.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about Gusto Lagusta. Why didn't he choose the Harith? In my mind, I'm like, maybe he doesn't want to deal with the demonic force coming out from those players there. But when you pick up the Granger, I'm like, oh well, that doesn't make any sense, because he's actually a little bit slower when it comes to the dashing. So obviously, we weren't afraid of the demonic force coming out from Phoveus. There had to have been something else on the mind to pick that. Like I said, so far, Granger